I finally finished season 6 of Love is Blind, and here are the things that I have to say. Number one, I absolutely love seeing them together as a couple on the show. As you see, there was not a lot of black cast members on the show, so it's very interesting to see their dynamic on the show and how they, however, so ironically chose each other. Number two, I really do hate the relationship for AD. I feel like she kind of neglected some red flags. Hear me out. She called out the first one when they were sitting down eating, and he kind of just went into this blank stare and changed the whole subject to something about his father, right? I don't remember the exact conversation, but it was something about his father and the whole cheating situation, which we all know he brought up a million times, and it was just this long, drawn-out explanation. I genuinely feel like Clay liked AD, but I don't think he liked AD enough in the capacity of marriage and or further commitment. If we were discussing hit it and quit it, I absolutely think they would have worked. That's what that was. If they knew that the boundaries were going to be, they just hanky-panky and left, Clay would have been all for it. But when you start discussing marriage with Clay, Clay was going down this hole and using his father basically as an excuse. And I actually thoroughly believe that it was a cop-out. And let's not even call it a cop-out. Let's call it a foreshadow. Clay was using his excuses of his father to foreshadow to AD that he did not want the relationship in the first place. But following the engagement, which I'm assuming he felt comfortable enough to make the engagement, he realized that the relationship was just not for him. And that's okay. However, it's how he went about it. Number one, I feel like if you're not confident in your decision in the first place, especially prior to their vetting process and when they were in the pods and he was questioning looks and stuff like that, if looks was a big issue for me, number one, I wouldn't have gone on the show. Number two, I wouldn't have been in those pods. I would have been like, you know what, I can't date anybody, it's time for me to go. Amongst that, he did kind of over-sexualize her at some point when they were in DR, so that's another thing. He only stayed in that relationship as long as he did because he didn't want to pay the $50,000 fine that came with the non-producer approval to exit the show or, end it publicly or whatever. So he waited till the altar. For me, I think it's kind of screwed up to wait till y'all both get dressed up. You participate in getting dressed up. You walk down the aisle to publicly embarrass my girl AD to let her know that you didn't want to marry her. That's where we're messed up. Honestly, show or not, you had all this time to make that decision and you chose to wait till that day. Can't get with it. And if you didn't want to pay the money, bruh, just say that. I would have been okay with that. But wasting somebody's time when you knew the show was strictly about love and marriage, you wanted clout. You just wanted the followers. You wanted to be on the show for the publicity. Bottom line. I truly believe Clay came on the show with no intentions of actually holding it down. That's just me. I do want AD to find love, and I'm really interested to see what this is going to look like at the reunion. Check back in for part 2 for my review on Love is Blind Season 6 while we talk about some more of the couples on this show. Because the tea gets crazier as we're on the go. Ooh, look at that. That's a bar.